Mr. and Mrs. Lawrence, starring Alice Faust and Joseph Kirk. To most New Yorkers, ice is a frozen liquid, usually found in the form of cubes. However, there are still some people who enjoy skating on it. And when Pam and Jerry are in the mood for some winter exercise, they drop in at the neighborhood ice palace and indulge in this magnificent outdoor sport indoors.
Look out now, Jerry. Give me some room.
Darling, are you still trying to make a figure eight?
Oh, no, dear. I'm not up to 8 yet. I've just reached 4.
No wonder you keep falling down. A 4 is impossible.
Well, I don't see why it should be. Just make a straight line like this, and then you cross the other foot over, and... Oh. Maybe I should have made 2 2s instead. Oh, well. Everybody takes a fall once in a while.
Not that girl over there. She really knows how to figure skate.
Well, I wish you'd stop looking at her figure.
Huh?
Besides, she's a professional.
You mean she gives lessons?
Now, Jerry, if you're thinking of taking lessons from that...
Well, I really ought to brush up on my skating, Pam. I'm getting off... Hey, watch it. She's coming this way.
Well, I wish you wouldn't try those stunts around us. The first thing you notice... Look out! See? She fell down.
Well, that was a bad spill, Pam. She's all shaken up.
Jerry, where are you going?
Don't get excited, dear. I just want to see if she's all right. Can I help you, miss?
Oh, Sandra, I'm not sure I can get up. Oh, what happened? Are you hurt?
All right, there we are.
No, I don't think so. It's just my ankle. It seemed to go out from under me.
It wasn't your ankle, miss. It was your skate. Look, you've broken the blade.
Well, good thing I wasn't trying a jumper. I might have had a nasty... That's funny. What? The blade of my skate, it doesn't seem to be broken. It looks as if it's been filed.
Say, you're right. It has been filed.
Why do you suppose anybody would do a thing like that? Unless somebody wanted you to have an accident. Somebody did.
What do you mean?
Well, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. I've had these so-called accidents ever since I came to work here. Accidents? Yes. Almost every night something new happened. First it was the short circuit in my dressing room. And then a little board on the back stairs. And a gas stove that was left on the equipment room without any flame. And Saturday, a chandelier fell. Well, you ought to complain to the management. What good would that do? The manager's the one who's responsible for all this.
Well, if I were you, I'd go to the police and have the manager arrested.
Oh, no. I couldn't do that. Why not? Because the manager is my father. Really, Mrs. North, I don't know how you're going to speak to my father in front of me. It's going to be awfully embarrassing. Well, you don't have to go in with us, Miss Russo. We'll go in his office alone. Oh, all right. I'll wait for you in my dressing room. Good.
We'll be there in a few minutes. Mr. Russo.
Yes? Who is there, please?
Mr. and Mrs. North, may we come in?
All right. Come in.
Thank you.
Now, what it is? Marcella have sent you here?
Who?
Marcella, my stepdaughter.
Oh, she's your stepdaughter.
So what difference that makes? Daughter, stepdaughter is my step, not yours. So what you want of me?
Well, for Pete's sake, what are you so jumpy about, Mr. Russo?
If you have daughter like Marcella, you be jumpy too. That girl have changed completely. Overnight.
In what way?
In every way. Since she come here to work for me, she like Mr. Hyde and Dr. Jekyll. Every night she tried to kill me. First with loose board on stairs, then with chandelier. She tried to gas fix it.
With a stove?
Oh, she tell you about that?
She told us you were trying to kill her, Mr. Russo.
Oh, I can kill her. Marcella killed me first.
Just a minute, Mr. Russo. Maybe somebody's trying to kill both of you.
What for the reason is? They have never done somebody wrong.
Just the same, it's a distinct...
What's the matter, Jerry?
Somebody's listening at the door. I'm going to see who it is. As I said, Mr. Russo, there's a distinct possibility that someone's out to kill you both, and that someone may... Oh, well, Marcella, come right in. You can hear much better inside.
Oh, I wasn't really listening, Mr. North. I just wondered if you were still talking.
Well, come in anyway. Mrs. North and I were just leaving.
Leaving? Well, Where are we going?
We're going down the hall to a public phone, dear. I'd like to speak to Bill Wigand about this.
Oiga, who is?
Oh, just a friend of ours, Mr. Russo. We'll be back in a little while. Come along, Jerry.
After you, darling. Hey, down the door!
Look, Alex, what was that?
I aimed straight at your head. I saw the blade flash just before it hit this door.
Oh, my goodness. It just missed me by an inch. Are you all right, Mrs. North? Well, I guess so. Only this gives the case an entirely different complexion.
How do you mean?
Well, the murderer isn't trying to kill you or your daughter, Mr. Russo. He's trying to kill me.
Yes, Bill, I'm calling from a public phone booth at the rink. And you better not waste any time getting down here. Pam was almost killed. Wait a second, Bill. Pam's rapping on the window. What is it, dear?
Quick, Jerry. Tell Bill to come right over and hang up.
What?
Somebody just sneaked into Marcella's dressing room. We've got to see who it is.
Bill, I'll see you when you get here. I've got to run now. So long.
Hurry, darling. It might be the man who threw that knife at me.
And I certainly don't want to hurry. Which way is Marcella's dressing room?
Down here. First door on the right.
Oh, it's open. Take it easy with that.
See anything?
There's a man in there, all right. Seems to be searching for something.
Well, don't let him find it. He may be setting up another one of those accidents.
Don't worry, he won't get the chance. Looking for something, mister?
Oh. Who are you?
We are Mr. and Mrs. North. Who are you?
I'm just a friend of Miss Russo's.
Oh, is that why you were searching through her thing?
If you don't mind, I'd rather not answer any questions at this time. I've found what I'm looking for, and I'm leaving. Now stand aside.
I will when I
Stand
find it.
aside, I said!
Maybe you better, Jerry. He's got a gun.
And I knew how to use one before either of you were born. Now sit down here and stay in this room until I'm well out of sight. Go on, sit down.
Okay.
And stay down. Because if you try to follow me, I'll drop you like a sack of meal.
Quite a talker, that bird.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't try anything foolish, dear. He meant every word he said.
What if he did? We can't just sit here and let him get away with murder. I'm going after him.
Jerry, stay where you are.
Go to pieces, darling. I'm just going to open the door.
You get your head shot off.
Not if you keep your voice down. Just want to see if he's gone.
Is he?
No. He's right out here in the hall.
In the hall?
Yes. He's lying on the floor with a knife in his chest.
Don't touch him, Jerry. Don't even go near him.
I'm not touching anything, dear. I just want to see what he's got in his hand.
What is it?
Some sort of a locket with a string on it. The string seems to be broken.
Careful, somebody's coming down the hall.
Quick, get back in the dressing room so it won't be seen.
Don't push him.
It must be heard either. Sounds like a man. Stop to look at the body.
Good heavens. It can't be.
It can't be what?
Who said that? Where are you?
Right over here. Is this man a friend of yours?
Why, no. I mean, he's not a friend exactly, but I do know him. At least I did. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, I'm afraid he is.
Oh, how awful. I won't be able to eat for a week.
Oh, let's not talk about eating at a time like this.
You're so right. I never should have mentioned it in the presence of the dead, but my stomach is such a mess, I can't stop thinking about it. I'd be a happy man if I didn't have a stomach.
Well, if you don't mind, let's change the subject.
Oh, of course, of course. My name is Chadwick. Arthur Chadwick. I'm a theatrical agent.
And this gentleman on the floor, do you know his name?
Oh, indeed. I didn't realize you hadn't been introduced. May I present Mr. Gallagher? Mr. Roy Gallagher.
You say that as if we ought to know him.
Well, you should. He was a very wealthy man, had scads and scads of money, one or two gold mines, I believe, in Alaska.
You weren't meeting him here by any chance?
Oh, no. I was just as surprised to see him here as I was to see him dead.
And what are you doing here?
Why, I came to see Miss Rousseau about an engagement in an ice show. I believe I have a job for her out of town.
And you haven't any idea who killed Mr. Gallagher?
Oh, heavens, no. Well, you don't think I did it, do you? On the sight of blood makes me curdle. Oh, dear, I'm going to have to do something about my stomach. It's beginning to twitter again.
Well, I don't think you're going. Jerry, what was that?
That was a scream, and if I'm not mistaken, it came from down there, Mr. Rousseau's office.
Oh, no, I couldn't bear another murder tonight. Not now.
You won't have to bear it. Just wait till we get back, Mr. Chadwick. Come on, man.
Do you think it's safe to leave him there with Mr. Gallagher's body, Sheriff?
If not, we've got to find out what happened.
We'll find out, dear. Go ahead, open the door.
Chance, will you? Marcella, what's wrong?
Oh, Mark, I'm so glad you're here. Something's happened to my father. Oh, golly. Is he dead? No. Somebody struck him on the head. He's unconscious.
Gee, that's a mean bruise.
Oh, the lights.
Most of these coming too.
Another light. They keep going on and up in my head.
Easy now, Mr. Russo. Who hit you?
The floor. I was sitting back in chair. And you know what I am find? No back. She fall right through.
And your head hit the floor.
How could it miss? The floor is all over the ground.
Uh-oh, looks like another one of those accidents. This chair's been tampered with.
Oh, I wish we knew who was doing all this. If we don't find out pretty soon, one of us is going to be killed. One of us has been killed already.
What you think?
In the hall, Miss Russo. There's a man lying on the floor with a knife in his chest. And the murderer is still on the loose.
What murderer?
Oh, Bill, you frightened me.
I'm sorry, Pam. I didn't realize a murder had been committed between now and the time you called. Where's the body? Down the hall, Bill. He was killed right in front of Marcella's dressing room. Oh, what's his name?
Gallagher. Roy Gallagher.
The millionaire gold miner? That's right. You know him? No, but it seems to me I've read something about his daughter.
Here, Bill. The body's right over here.
Only what? The man who told us who he was is gone.
That isn't all that's gone, Jerry.
What do you mean?
The locket that was in Mr. Gallagher's hand. That's gone, too.
Easy now, Miss Gallagher. I know it's an ordeal for a girl to identify her father's body, but since your mother isn't alive, I had to call you.
Well, what more do you want of me? How much longer do I have to stay in the office, Lieutenant Wygant?
Well, she's right, Bill. The poor kid's in no condition to answer any questions now.
We've got to find some clues, Jerry, and Miss Gallagher's the only one who can help us. I'll help in any way I can, Mrs. North. But I told you everything I know. I've even brought you my father's scrapbook. But I'm sure he didn't have an enemy in the world.
Oh, but your father must have had some enemies, Miss Gallagher. His scrapbook is just filled with pictures of people he knew.
Well, most of those pictures were taken when he was a young man. Up in Alaska, they're just sourdoughs and grub stakers and fur trappers.
And you don't know any of them?
No, I've never been in Alaska. My mother and I lived here until she died. And for a good many years, I thought my father was dead, too. Until he struck it rich and came back to New York.
When was that?
It's about 4 years ago. When I was trying to get a job on the stage.
Oh, yes. There's a clipping about it in the scrapbook. Actress reunited with millionaire father after 20 years separation.
Oh, please. Don't read that now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
It's all right. It's just that I can't help thinking about losing him when it was only a few years ago that I found him.
Miss Gallagher, I don't think there's any need to keep you here any longer tonight. Suppose you come with me and I'll put you in a cab.
All right. I guess I haven't been much use to you, Lieutenant.
On the contrary, Miss Gallagher, you've been a great help. Poor girl, I can just imagine how she feels.
I know. The way she was dragged down here, and then having to identify... Jerry, look.
What is it, dear?
This picture in the scrapbook. Doesn't that man's face look familiar to you? Oh, without the beard, I mean.
Oh.
This man with his arm on Mr. Gallagher's shoulder. Cover up his beard, and what have you got?
Practically nothing. That beard's all over his face.
Oh, for goodness sake, Jerry. Don't you know who this is? Mr. Russo.
Marcella's father?
Yes. He must have been in Alaska with Mr. Gallagher. Don't you see? He's dressed like a fur trapper.
Oh, what are you getting so excited about?
Because this puts a new light on the case. If Mr. Gallagher and Mr. Russo knew each other, Mr. Russo might have had a reason for killing him.
What sort of reason?
Come on, Jerry. That's what we'll have to find out.
Are you sure this is Mr. Russo's apartment, then?
Well, the elevator man said 5B, and the name's right here on the... Oh, hello, Marcella. Is your father home?
Yes. What's wrong?
Who said anything was wrong? We just like to speak to him, that's all.
Well, you can't come in now. My father's asleep.
Who is this, Marcel?
Oh, he's asleep, is he?
Well, I thought he was. He wasn't feeling well when we came home, so I put him right to bed.
With his clothes on?
What?
Well, I can see him standing right there in the living room, and he's fully dressed. Why are you lying to us, Marcella? What's happened?
Nothing. I just wish you hadn't come here.
Why not?
Marcel, you not tell me who is?
Oh, good evening, Mr. Russo.
Well, Mr. North, you picked pretty late time to call on somebody, no?
We had a late idea, Mr. Russo. Maybe come in?
No good to come in, huh? Marcel and me have to go out?
At this time of night? Where are you going?
Marcel have new job in Ice Show out west, and we make plan to go there.
Well, before you go, you'd better tell us how well you knew Mr. Gallagher.
What you talk about? I never hear of him.
And what's your picture doing in his scrapbook?
What picture?
The one of you in a beard. It was taken in Alaska.
Now I know you crazy. I never have beard, and I never be in Alaska.
Now, look, Mr. Russo, if you'd rather we call the police and have them ask you these questions...
No, please. Do not call the police. Just go away from here and leave us alone. We'll be killed if you don't.
Killed?
Not so loud. Please. He may be watching us. He may hear us. Oh.
Mr. Chadwick, the theatrical agent.
Yes. Just left here a few minutes ago, and he threatened to kill us if we talked to anyone about the murder.
He'll give us 2 hours to get out of town and get Marcel a job in California to make sure we leave tonight.
Well, you better not leave. Chadwick's probably trying to frame you.
No, please. Go away. Let us get ready. We're supposed to meet him in his office in 20 minutes.
20 minutes, huh? Quick, get on the telephone and call Lieutenant Wygant. Tell him to come right up here.
Wait a minute. Where you be going?
We're going to keep your appointment with Mr. Chadwick.
I don't understand it, Jerry. The door was open and all the lights are on, but nobody's in the office.
Well, maybe Mr. Chadwick stepped out for a minute.
Either that or he's setting a trap for us.
How could he know we're here? He's expecting a Russo.
Well, I don't like it. No matter which way it is.
Don't be silly, dear. This is a good chance for us to have a look around.
Jerry, what are you doing?
Looking around. Go through those files, Pam. If Miss Gallagher was an actress, he may have some sort of record of...
What is it? Did you find something?
I'll say I found something. The locket that was stolen from Mr. Gallagher's hand.
The Chadwick is the one who took it. I wonder why.
We'll find the answer to that. When what, Mr. North?
Oh, Jerry, it's Mr. Chadwick.
Mr. Chadwick in a loaded gun, Mrs. North. What are you two doing here?
Why, we were waiting for you, Mr. Chadwick.
Yes. We knew you were a theatrical agent, and we came to see you about a job. We do an act in vaudeville.
Oh, really? And what is the nature of your act?
The nature? Oh, we're acrobats.
Is that so? Well, suppose you do a few back somersaults for me.
Here? In this little tiny office?
Why not? Move the desk back. There's plenty of room.
Oh, but we don't do that sort of thing.
No? Well, what sort of acrobatics do you do?
Well, we have a high wire act. I balance a chair on one leg, and she sits on my head and spins plates.
I'm just a cheesecake, Mr. Chadwick.
And you expect me to believe all this, of course.
Of course.
Then what are you two doing with that locket in your hand? Why did you open my door and fish it out, eh?
Well,
Don't bother to explain, Mr. North. I have an act, too, you know. A sharpshooting act. And it goes like this.
Hey, what are you doing?
Giving this office the proper look. You see, I'm afraid you know too much. I've got to make it look like you were ransacking this place when I shot you.
Shot? Did you say shot?
I did, Mrs. North. The law allows a man to protect his property against marauders. And in the darkness, I couldn't see who you were.
Oh, what darkness?
Don't worry about it, Mrs. North. When I turn off the lights, you'll both be dead.
Mr. Chadwick, you wouldn't dare go through with it.
Wouldn't I? I have a great deal at stake, Mrs. North.
But you don't seem to understand.
Be quiet. There's no need to prolong this agony. The sooner we...
Arthur! What are you doing?
Oh, you fool, you. Why did you come here?
Miss Gallagher!
So you're the connection we've been looking for.
I told you to be quiet. Now keep your mouth shut.
For heaven's sakes, Arthur, put that gun down. Don't you know these people are working with the police?
I know very well what they're doing. They found the locket that I stole from your father's hand. Your locket, Faye.
What?
You were in such a hurry to get away, you forgot the one piece of evidence that would send you to the chair. The locket that your father pulled off your neck when you stabbed him.
Oh, no, I didn't stab him, Arthur, and I wasn't wearing a locket.
You weren't wearing it?
No.
Well, then, you didn't kill him. And I thought...
Oh, never mind what you thought. You've got to let these people go.
That's quite right, Miss Gallagher.
Bill!
Drop that gun, Mr. Chadwick, and drop it fast.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Russo, you can come in with your daughter now. There won't be any fireworks.
For which I am much obliged. If there is one thing I hate about fire, it is the work.
Father, please let someone else do the talking.
No, Marcella, your father's the one who has to talk. He holds the key to all this.
What key? I am just simple fur trapper with big heart and little brain. I don't want anything from anybody.
Well, then why did you deny that you knew Mr. Gallagher? Well, why did you deny being the bearded man in that picture we found in his scrapbook?
Because I am simple fur trapper. And Mr. Chadwick told me to keep my trap shut.
Go on.
Well, I know Gallagher for a long time. We were good friends. But when I come back from Alaska, I think him die. That is why I am adopting his daughter.
Mr. Gallagher's daughter? Marcella is Mr. Gallagher's daughter?
That is right.
Then who are you, Miss Gallagher?
She's a very bad actress named Fay Revere.
Arthur, no.
Well, you are, my dear. I never would have cast you for the part if you weren't the right age and general description.
General description of what?
The daughter Mr. Gallagher was looking for. He advertised for her in the papers, and I sent Fay to answer the advertisement.
Must you tell them everything?
Well, what difference does it make, dear? The cat's out of the bag. We can't collect the inheritance now.
Oh, I see. You and Miss Revere had a deal to split Mr. Gallagher's fortune.
And when you found out that Marcella and her father were in town, you tried to kill them both with those phony accidents. That was Arthur's idea. He thought Mr. Gallagher was on Marcella's trail.
And he was. He went to a dressing room tonight.
So you killed him?
Oh, don't be absurd. I haven't the stomach to stab a man. Besides, it's obvious now who did stab him.
Who?
The man or woman who had the most to gain by Mr. Gallagher's death. Marcella or Mr. Russo.
You lying snake. I never kill my friend. I don't even know he is alive.
And you, Marcella, is this your locket?
Yes, but I wasn't wearing it. Mr. Gallagher must have taken it from my dressing room. Then why was the string broken? If Mr. Gallagher didn't rip it from your throat, the string would have been whole.
Oh, but the string was whole, Fay.
It was?
When Mr. Gallagher took it from Marcella's dressing room, it was whole. You're the one who broke the string.
Are you crazy?
No. You must have broken it, or you couldn't have known that it was broken. You see, the locket has no string on it now, and the only time you could have seen it was when you killed him and broke the string to put the blame on Marcella.
You can't prove that.
Oh, I don't have to. Marcella's neck proves it.
Why, of course, if that string had been ripped from her neck, it would have left a mark, and there isn't any mark.
Exactly. You killed Mr. Gallagher because you were afraid he'd discover his real daughter and ruin your chance to inherit his millions. With Mr. Gallagher out of the way, you had nothing to fear.
Nothing but the law, Pam. Come on, Fay, it's getting late.
I did it, Jerry. I did it.
What, dear?
A figure 8. Now that Marcella's been giving me lessons, I can practically count up to 100.
Good for you, darling.
Now watch this, dear. I'm going to try a pirouette.
Careful, Pam. That's not so easy.
Oh, I can do it. Woo! I'm doing it.
Say, you've come a long way since that first night we were here.
Well, I've been practicing, darling. But I won't be happy until I've mastered a jump turn.
How's that go?
Like this. Woo!
Pam, you did it!
Isn't it wonderful, Jerry? Now I'm going to put on my skates and try it on the ice.
Mr. and Mrs. North has come to you through the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.